Gamagare magare sa nizare ne sare gare pamaga. So when I was about 3 or 4, my mother took me to a concert of Lalgudi Jayaraman in Krishnagant Sabha. And I was believed to have told her, now on the Lalgudi Mari violin vasikkanum. My mother took it very seriously. So in 1975, we had just come back from Calcutta and settled down in Madras, and we were living in Raipeta. And my mother found out that there was this person called V. Lakshmi Narayana who was teaching violin, and his sons were famous, the violin trio, like V. L. Vaidyanathan, L. Subramaniam, L. Shankar. So my mother organized for me to start learning from him. For 7 years, I learnt the violin, and every day he would always make me sing whatever I learnt on the violin. And he had a very methodical way of conducting classes, like they were fixed days, Tuesday and Saturday or Thursday and Sunday or whatever, fixed timing. And he taught it in the old school method, Sarali, Jante, Alankaram. And after every class, whatever was new, he would immediately write it down in a notebook with the notation of whatever he taught. So, and later my brother also learned vocal, and his notebook also, he used to have the same, almost very similar types, and he would have a standard set of songs that he taught in order. So, Modala on the Jaya Manoharla, Shri Rambe Chitta, Tolinenu Jain, Kokiladwani, Manavyala Kinchara, and Mari or standard set of kritis, Ade Mari Varnams and all that he used to teach. So, at the beginning, after about a year or two, I was making some progress in violin, and suddenly you want to play and you don't want to go to violin class. So, I have an excuse to classic cricket match, Chittiyathukku ponu, Perimathukku ponu. Suddenly one day, he came home. He was standing outside. My mother called him, Vaanga, Amma, unga paiyan romba busy ah irukana, eppa paathalum neenga engayadhu amchurrela அப்படினா. அம்மா ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. இல்லையே, அவன் இங்கே தானே இருக்கான். இல்லை, கிளாஸுக்கே வரதில்லை 3 மாதமா, எப்போ கேட்டாலும் பெரியமாத்துக்கு போகிறேன், சித்தியாத்துக்கு போகிறேன் அப்படின்ட்டான். நன்னா வாசிக்கிறான், ஒரு ரெகுலராக வந்தான்னா கற்றுக்கலாமே அப்படின்னு. ஹி வாஸ் ஸோ நைஸ். அண்ட் தென் ஹி ஆஸ்க்ட் மீ, என்ன உனக்கு என்ன என்கிட்ட ஏதாவது பயமா, நீ வரமாட்டியா அப்படின்னா. இல்லை அப்படி இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஜஸ்ட் பேசிக்லி லேசி அண்ட் ஐ வாண்டட் டு ப்ளே. அண்ட் த கிளாஸ் டைமிங் சாயங்காலம் எனக்கு 5 மணிக்கு கிரிக்கெட் விளையாடணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி, தென் ஹி சேஞ்ச் த டைமிங் டு 6 o'clock so that I could go and learn. அது மாதிரி he was very sweet about it. And all the compositions that he sang, he would always notate it. But I never looked at those notations. I would learn them by heart. And every class you went and you played the song again, so you knew the song by heart. So you never referred the notations. And 82 he migrated to the US, and then I had started singing. So I completely lost touch with all those notebooks and music and everything, and it was lying somewhere in the house. Then sometime in the 90s or maybe early 2000s, I don't remember, I came across this song Buddhi Radu that somebody sang in a concert, and I was reminded of having learned this in the violin. So I went and asked I wanted to learn the song, revisit the song. My guru had passed away by then, KSK Mama had passed away by then. And so I was looking at some recordings and I wanted to refer the song, and then I remember having learnt it on the violin, but I had not learnt it. So then I found that old notebook and I looked it up, and I saw that it was one of the last compositions that he had taught me, which is why I had not memorized the song. See, the earlier songs I knew by memory, but this song, since it was the last 1 or 2 songs he made before he left for the US, I never got a chance to practice it multiple times. So then I looked at the notation. It was very clean. The way it was laid out was very comprehensive and very. So then I took that notation and I actually learnt the song fully and then started singing. Buddhi Radu, Buddhi Radu, Buddhi Radu. Then when I actually went to YouTube and referred so many other renditions, I realized that a lot of them were almost the same, exact of what he had taught me. So you realize the value of preserving these things and revisiting songs sometimes. You forget about them, but any such documentation is always such a valuable source of reference that you can go back to any time. And the music teachers of the time gave it so
happily, he would actually make me sit down for 15 minutes at the end of the class, and he would sit and write down the notation and give it to me. He didn't say, learn the notation, write it on your own. He would do it, and it was such a happy relationship that we had, and such fond memories. Even today when I remember, I know what kind of notebook he had. He would take out his old notebook, open it, then keep it, then he would copy that notation from that book and write it out for me. Very, very memorable experience.
Na 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 ra 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 tadara la 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 re ra ra buddhi radu buddhi radu buddhi radu buddhi radu buddhi radu buddhi radu buddhi radu